What's up, boys and girls? It's your boy back again with another video from Operation Progression. I'm going to do a little callback to one of my older videos. That is like second top of my YouTube. How was it? Data, stat, whatever you want to look at it. So y'all can have a good content for you in that kind of front. So, and it's actually a nice beautiful day, surprisingly, in California, but it's getting cooler in California at this point. But let's do something. Let's talk about this new video. It's going to be about why is older music more like a nostalgic, or kind of more popping, had a little more spunk, it had a lot of more kind of energy, had actual songwriters kind of actually really handwritten their music and actually translated from the thought to paper to the mic. And I realized that more the 40s and the 50s era of music were kind of more popping, had a lot of spunk, a lot more happiness, because one, you came off of the World War II at that time, in that kind of era, and it was kind of more common at that time when people were kind of a little bit more freer. Not freer, but not saying slavery was not there, but it was there. Besides all that, that's a different conversation for a different day. What I mean is, people were kind of happy in that kind of era of music, and having that regular Americana of music that was a lot more thoughtful, more thrival. It was kind of in the sense of really thoughtful, really thinking forward music. It had its own, like I said, spunk. It had its own, feel. It had where America was really America. And it's in the music front wise, not, culturally, because culturally speaking at that time, we all know what happened at that time. So moving forward to the 60s, 70s, era of music, where it's a little more out there. It's out. When I mean out there, I mean more like it was not, what the 40s and 50s music was, more happiness. Well, it 60s and 70s and 80s had the, happiness. It had, full on American kind of feel, where it kind of enhanced it in the sense of Americana. People was like just, letting loose in a sense in that time of era of music. Still handwritten, still handmade, from the head to the heart to paper to the mic, right? Those music, it was basically like how rock music was really getting started. That's when, to me, rock music was kind of popping and gave more energy in America. 60s, 70s, and basically the 80s, mainly 70s. Those rock music was energized in America, where it was American, kind of like, all that hunky-dory kind of stuff, from Europe. Yeah, nah, we're not playing there. We're not playing it. we're just basically making our own thing. We're doing our own thing, like I said again, and really just having fun with it. You got AC/DC, pretty good. He's a pretty good singer. He's a pretty good guitarist. He's a good singer. Great band. It's a great band overall. You got Scorpion. You got, hey, I know some of y'all don't like Ozzy Osbourne, but recently I kind of love Ozzy Osbourne because one of my coworkers, he's in his 50s and he came, from Mexico and immigrant correctly, not this we see here today, but came in America, learning English, regularly flashcards and stuff like that. But when he got in here, it was all like, for him, music at that time was like, to him, was great. And when you talk to these older people in their own generation, they will kind of tell you their generation of music, it was popping. But he was, so basically my guy Max, we call him Max, he got me hooked on Ozzy Osbourne. So now I'm like, Ozzy's pretty good, mad respect to him and how his music was kind of, that kind of music kind of elevated rock music in the 70s. And now you got translating to the 90s, where it was kind of like punk rock stuff, which to me, not my thing. Y'all know me, I don't like the 90s music. I think 90s music is kind of like low class. I don't know, it's just me, maybe it's just me, but there's something about the 90s music that was just kind of really, I don't know, just not my thing. I was born in the 90s. Y'all think you should be thinking like, Sean, you're born in the 90s, you should like the 90s. No, I despise the 90s, sadly. There's something about the 90s, man. It's like music kind of changed to this, I don't know, people like Blink 81, whatever, the Blink, the Blink band, whatever you call it. Somebody will let me know in the comments. That band was not good. Anything punk rock related, I'm sorry to y'all who love punk rock, music, not my thing. Just not my thing. You know what I mean? Not my thing. And it didn't really actually thrive me. It didn't really inspire me to make, hear good music. And sadly, 90s rock music didn't do it for me. Past that, you got more into the metal rock scene, where that's where I'm at. I'm more a metal guy. When I was growing up, when I was a little kid, I got my own place. I had my PlayStation 2. This is a little backstory of me why I love metal rock and just rock in general, music in general, is where, I had my PlayStation 2 and I was playing the MX Unleashed games and stuff like that, ATV versus MX Unleashed stuff, type of games and stuff like that. And it was like, kind of, to me, they had rock music in there, and metal rock. And since then, when I was listening to those type of music, it was just like, dang, you got Pillar at the time. I love Pillar. I know some of y'all probably, what's Pillar? Sean, what's Pillar? Come on, tell us. Well, I'll tell you. You gotta go Google it. You know what I mean. That was my early age of listening to some rock music and stuff like that. Besides all that, usually my top, 5 metal rock bands was mainly, here's mine. top 5. Y'all can dispute it or whatever you want, talk about it. Is number 1, Breaking Benjamin. I'm sorry. Breaking Benjamin to me elevated rock music to me. It elevated what actually metal rock is. They made music that was just untouchable. You know what I mean? Like, they go into so many kind of topics in their music, and you can kind of pick up what they're trying to say. Then you got Skillet. Skillet's like 3, but you know, not 3. Yeah, they're like 3. But back to the second is I got 3 Days Grace, one of my favorite Canadian bands. Great music, awesome music, same thing. Fan tornado we have over here. Little mini tornadoes and stuff. But yeah, back to it. 3 Days Grace, you know, hands down. Man, you got I'm not gonna say Skillet. I think Skillet's like decent, you know what I mean? Kind of move off of Skillet. It's basically now I listen to my hometown, you know, band is Papa Roach. If y'all know Papa Roach, they're from North Bay area. Some of y'all who don't know California, in that kind of area, but the people who do know California and been up to North Bay, this little town called Vacaville, which is not a little town anymore, but back in the day, Papa Roach made their music in Vacaville. So some of y'all who lives in California, you know what I'm saying. Then basically my last one is basically Disturbed. You know, it just something about Disturbed is, you know, you can have to pick it. You gotta pick it up. You know what I mean? It's a unique band. It's a unique taste. And yeah, you know, my newer ones, usually my honorable mention is basically, you know, you got I Prevail, Smash Into Pieces, you know what I mean, those type of stuff. That's basically what it is. But to kind of wrap up all this, you know, music of America and everything else, is back in the day, you know, my top 3 music that I listen to is a lot of 50s music. Like I said, you know, I have a little more old soul in me, so I typically listen to a lot more of the older music, like I said, Frank Sinatra to Dean Martin, you know, Peggy Lee, Ellis Fitzgerald, you know, Louis Armstrong, you know, typical, you know, the typical main good artists that actually made actual good music and actually came from the heart, and none of this simp type of music and stuff like that. Because to me, it's like, if you were from the 90s like me, when you listen to these music, it's bad. It's bad, clearly bad. And the people who do like these 90s music, hey, I can't go for it, man. That's you. But for me, it's usually 40s and 50s music on top, cream the crop of music. Nothing to touch it. Nothing touch the 40s and 50s. I'm sorry. Just you can argue with me all day if you want. It's not happening. It's not. Then I listen to a lot of country music. I love country music now. You know, from Trump and helping me be more patriotic to this country. And yeah, I love country. You know, I love country music. Like I said, to Morgan Wallace, you know, one of my favorite country music. You know, Jason Aldean, you know, and there's more to it. But then my last one is metal rock. I love metal rock. Like, to me, just, metal rock is something different. It is. And some of y'all like metal rock and some of y'all don't. It is what it is. Those are my top 3, genres I listen to. There's nothing more, nothing less. It is what it is. But to cap all of this, I think music is dying. Some music are dying. It's dying in the sense of it's not really handwritten anymore. It's not really thought through. You see all this degenerate music now in the rap music scene. It's just kind of like I said, I do listen to a little bit of rap now, but mainly rap is not rap anymore. It's not really actually good rap. It's just more degenerate kind of feel. It's just like, it's ridiculous, and it makes a mockery of black people, and just what it is. Black people need to do better in their music now. Like, seriously, it just, black culture to me is more than just rap. There's more black music out there that is made by black people who actually made good songs. Listen to some jazz. Originally, black people made fucking, bleeping jazz music, smooth jazz, hip hop, we're more than just rap music. That's basically what it is. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. If you want more of this, like I said, like and subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? It helps me to go through the algorithms, and hopefully down the line this channel can grow even more. I know I do a little more long content, I try to cut down the content a little bit more, so this is supposed to be a short video, but it's over almost 18 minutes, which is ridiculous. But the point is, like and subscribe. If you want to check out my older videos, please check them out. Listen to them thoroughly, and yeah, thank you guys. See you in the next video.